Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nige here once again, and welcome back to another episode of System Shock Radio. As always, I got some topics for you guys. Without further ado, let's get right into it. But also, right off the bat, if this is your first time I'm here on System Shock Radio, I'd like to say welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So, the first thing I want to talk about is that it's official. Twitter is now known as X. Yep. So it's been in discussion for a while, and it's been slated to take place for a while. And last night it happened, or it might happen before then. But I remember I saw the update on the App Store yesterday for not just the new Twitter or now being named X, but I even saw that they changed pretty much everything about it over to X. X. This is something that's been, like I said, talked about for a bit, clowned upon for quite a bit as well. The fact that it's gonna be X. I mean, like everybody on Twitter was talking about making fun of pretty much it being changed over to X. Even Cartoon Network, like the Cartoon Network Twitter, got some shots in comparing it to when Robin was X in Teen Titans. But now it's official. Now the new logo, which was displayed about a week or so ago, or even more than that, now it's in place, and it's officially been switched over. It's pretty much the same as like the layout is still the same for now. I think that's gonna get updated as well. Oh, one thing at a time, I guess. But yeah, the logo is different, and the bird that it used to be, the Twitter bird, is gone. It's been taken out. And now replaced with the X. So Twitter is now officially X, and yeah, just added to the list of things people don't like about Twitter under the new, or not really new. It's been like that for a while, but essentially under the Elon Musk regime. But yeah, so Twitter is now X. So go follow me on X, X, which still sounds really dumb and kind of weird, but go follow me on X, at the N Diddy, and you can also follow the Nigelverse. I still don't know if I'm gonna get Instagram Threads or not, but yeah, so go follow me on there if you haven't already, and yeah, it's gonna take some getting used to, but this is how it is for now. But next up, we got a Willy Wonka movie. Yes, they're making a Willy Wonka movie, which is going to be like a prequel of the within the Willy Wonka the Chocolate Factory / Charlie and the Chocolate Factory series of movies. I believe the first like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory / Willy Wonka movie we've gotten since Charlie and the Chocolate Factory in 2005. So about a about a 18-year gap between movies, and holy crap, that movie was 18 years ago. I remember growing up watching the movie. But yeah, so they got Willy Wonka movie. Admittedly, I haven't seen. I think I've only seen like a little tiny bit of the trailer and some of the images. Seeing Willy Wonka. So I imagine it's going to expand upon how Willy Wonka came to be, how he opened the chocolate factory and stuff like that. Which I guess is pretty obvious. But seeing some of that and seeing some of that stuff, we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. If I'm actually going to go see the movie when it's in theaters, I kind of doubt I will, but just seeing some of it, seeing some of the images and stuff from it, it looks okay so far. And I guess this not affected by the strike that's going on. In fact, looking at the wiki here, which I have up for reference, looks like it's been in development for a little while. casting choice was announced in 2021, so the movie's pretty much like done, and it's gonna be released in December 15th of 2023. So, in a couple months, a few months or so. I'm interested to see where this movie goes, and will it do well? We'll have to wait and see. But and also looks like there's Keegan Michael Key in here, which is interesting among other names here. But next up that I want to talk about is a question that is: will Brian Pillman Jr. be heading to WWE? So Brian Pillman Jr., or as his name would suggest, the son of Brian Pillman and the loose cannon Brian Pillman, and has been in AEW up to this point ever since 2019. And so, it looks like he's been there since the inaugural pay-per-view, Double or Nothing. So he's a day one for AEW, who his contract just expired on July 11th, and he chose not to renew it, and they're saying that he has a big opportunity lined up, which is why he chose not to renew. And a lot of people speculated that big new opportunity may be WWE, which will be interesting for him. And of course, his father, sadly, didn't really spend a whole lot of. He did spend a decent amount of time in WWE. Although it was more so towards the tail end of Brian Pillman's career. I believe it was after his ankle injury, which pretty much shattered his ankle and caused a lot of damage there. So Brian Pillman came in '96 and sadly passed away in 1997. But if Brian Pillman Jr. does go to WWE, if WWE is where he's ending up, I'd love to see what they do with him. And I imagine, and this has kind of been the speculation, and this is in fact what some people are kind of afraid of, that they may try to carry over kind of the loose cannon gimmick that his father was known for. So, for those of you who don't know, Brian Pillman and the loose cannon, and it was such a, for starters, even though I didn't watch around the time, just like reading stuff about it and reading what other people said about it, it's a pretty brilliant character, kind of teetering the line between kayfabe and reality, to the point where even the people in the back didn't quite know fully what was going on was he shooting, was he doing a work, so kind of skirting that line, doing stuff that definitely he wasn't traditional at the time, and what a lot of people feel was kind of the catalyst for the Attitude Era. Doing stuff such as outing Kevin Sullivan as the Booker in WCW, who, as they were having a match, just saying, "I respect you, Booker man," before or that, and some of the other stuff he would do as part of the Four Horsemen. And so kind of an interesting character. Will they carry that over for Brian Pillman Jr.? Brian Pillman Jr. up to this point, he was also teaming with Griff Garrison as part of the Varsity Blondes, so kind of leaning more into like the WCW side of things, with flying Brian Pillman as opposed to the loose cannon. But what will they do with him? I imagine they're probably not going to have him come up to the main roster just yet. He'll probably spend some time in NXT. He's / also the Performance Center, really fine-tuning what his character is going to be before they call him up to the main roster. But I'm interested to see what they do with him if he does end up going to WWE. There's a chance he could go there. There's a chance he maybe could resign with AEW, maybe change his mind, and perhaps. But wherever he ends up, I'm sure he'll do great. Admittedly, I haven't really seen anything from Brian Pillman Jr., so I'll have to check him out. But hopefully the future is bright for him, and I'm sure it is. But the next thing I want to talk about is a couple things. Part of it is predictions, but another part of it is that NXT, the NXT up to this point has tradition of bringing back old pay-per-views, and this time it's no mercy. NXT will be bringing back the No Mercy pay-per-view. Who I believe this is the first time they're gonna have a No Mercy event since I think the last one was in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so No Mercy will be returning, and it'll be in Bakersfield, California, on September 30th. So about a couple months from now. But I am interested to see how they do with that. And like I said, NXT bring back a lot of classic like pay-per-views / premium live events, such as Halloween Havoc, and what we're about to talk about next, the Great American Bash, which is actually tomorrow. I didn't even realize this was tomorrow until like earlier on this week. I'm like, oh shoot, that's happening, and it's not like it was previously, where it was just a TV special. No, this time it's getting its own premium live event. It's getting its own pay-per-view. I guess it's upgraded from TV show to premium live event. So we're gonna be breaking down the card. It's a standard 7-match card, we're gonna go through it, and the order that I'm reading off here, will probably may or may not be the final card, or as in some matches could still be added to it, but also that this probably won't be the actual order that the matches take place tomorrow. The first match we have, which is going to be on the pre-show, is going to be an 8-person mixed tag, as Dragon Lee, Nathan Fraser, Ulicia Leon, and Valentina Feroz, and if I mispronounce any of those names, I apologize, will take on the Metaphor, which is Noam Dar, Oro Mensah, Jakara Jackson, and Lash Legend. And Nathan Fraser, Dragon Lee, he have really been feuding with the Metaphor for a while now, especially over the NXT Heritage Cup, stemming back to the last event, and actually that we reviewed, which was Battleground, where Noam Dar essentially cheated to win the Heritage Cup. So now they're going to be duking out here who's going to win. This probably could go either way, but and I've said this before, and it doesn't always play out this way, but screw it, I'll say it again, is probably going to give it to the faces, kind of give the heels their comeuppance and stuff like that. So there's that. Then next up is a triple threat match for the NXT North American Championship, as Dirty Dominic Mysterio, who is the NXT North American Champion, and will defend against both Wesley and Mustafa Ali. I should say. Wesley, of course, the former NXT North American Champion, and lost it to Dom. And Mustafa Ali, he back in NXT for a little bit, chasing after the North American Championship. But I think Dom might retain here, considering that the Judgment Day, they seem to be operating both here in NXT and on Raw. I imagine they're probably not going to take it off of Dominic just yet, and it would be kind of pointless to have them take it off of Wesley, just like put it back on him. But I imagine Dom will retain. Mustafa Ali, he could hawk out North American Champion, but I think I'm leaning towards Dom here. Then next up is a submission match for the NXT Women's Championship, as Tiffany Stratton will be battling Thea Hale of Chase University, aka Chase U, who this stems from, I believe it wasn't the last pay-per-view. It was a TV special. I believe the Gold Rush it was, where Tiffany Stratton battled Thea Hale, but Tiffany cheated to win. And or no, that was the distraction from Drew Gulak and Charlie Dempsey. But here we have the rematch here, and it's a submission match. Thea Hale been showing off her submissions as of late, so she's going to be going into this submission match with Tiffany. This again could go either way, but I don't think they're going to take it off of Tiffany just yet. And her reign really just began at Battleground. So they're probably not going to take it off of her just yet. But next up for the NXT Tag Team Championships, it's Gallus, which is Mark Coffey and Wolfgang, will be defending against the family. A pretty small family because it's Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo. Oh, and I think Gallus is going to retain because I think Stacks is going to turn on Tony D'Angelo. They've kind of been teasing at the whole Stacks might turn on Tony D'Angelo. Of course, Tony D'Angelo, the Don of NXT. They kind of teased at that when Tony D'Angelo was locked up, and they kind of tried to pull like, it's not really gonna happen because some of the questionable behavior of Stacks lining himself with Gallus was to break Tony D'Angelo out. But I think they're still going to have Stacks turn on Tony D'Angelo, setting up the feud between those two. So I think with that, Gallus might retain there. Then next up will be Gable Steveson versus Baron Corbin. And Gable Steveson, who was signed last year, if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be his first match in WWE. Yeah, I know he was still in college and everything, still working on college stuff, including wrestling in college, stuff like that, but he's officially now part of the NXT brand. Will be having his first match here against Baron Corbin. And I believe Gable Stevenson's probably going to pick up the win here over Baron Corbin. It's his first match. Gable Stevenson, who they kind of built up. It's kind of been like an on-again, off-again build-up of Gable Stevenson, but he's probably going to get the win over Corbin here. Which I don't think I had a chance to mention it on the channel yet, but Baron Corbin back to essentially his lone wolf gimmick. He's got the old theme song, and I mean the old theme song on Superhuman, and so he's got the old theme song. He's got the entrance with the spotlight. But nevertheless, I think Gable Stevenson's going to pick up the win there. Then we have Roxanne Perez versus Blair Davenport in a Weapons Wild match. Roxanne and Blair have been having their issues for a little while now. And this one also could go either way. But I think I might lean a bit more towards Roxanne and kind of putting away, exercising her demons in the form of Blair Davenport. And then finally, for the NXT Championship, and this one, and I'll admit, out of all the matches on this card, I think this one I'm probably the most excited for. And that is for the NXT Championship, as Carmelo Hayes will be defending against Ilya Dragunov. I believe Dragunov won a shot at the title a little while ago at some point. And Dragunov, we've seen good stuff from him, including against Dijak, and also previously in the past against guys like Gunther. So I'm excited for this one. Knowing both these guys' styles, I am interested to see how this one plays out. Because Carmelo Hayes might be called up, this one might go to Dragunov. But still, no matter who wins it, I already know this is going to be a really, really good match. But yeah, so let me know in the comments below who you think is going to win at NXT's Great American Bash. And then the last thing that I want to talk about here, and we'll be done for the day, is an important one. It's very important, and that is checking on your friends. So, sometimes we have friends who things at first, on the surface level, things may seem okay with them, things may seem fine with them, but you never truly know what someone's going through because oftentimes we suppress it. And I know I'm definitely guilty of it, where there are things going on in life sometimes I suppress because I don't necessarily want to talk about them, but sometimes you gotta check on your friends. Even when things seem okay, check on them, see how they're doing, and you're obviously friends, so you trust each other. And so if something's going on with your friend, and I imagine you trust them, to tell you and talk about it with you. And don't be invasive about it. Don't force them to tell you. But as friends, you should be able to tell your friends your feelings, or have your friends tell you their feelings, and then go about it from there. So, if you haven't checked on any of your friends in a while, and I imagine there's friends you check on a regular basis, and if that's the case, keep doing that. But if it's a friend you haven't checked on in a while, hit them up, check on them, see how they're doing, and talk with them about stuff. And if they have something they're going through, be prepared to listen, and be prepared to be there for your friend, because that's ultimately what friends do. But yeah, check on your friends, because things can be tough out here, and like I said, you never truly know what someone's going through. But nevertheless, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor: like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video, so you can see as soon as it drops. Let me know in the comments below your reaction to anything I talked about in this episode, and I will see you guys later. Peace.